pretty en route to a 56-44 win. They've seen, though, that they can beat this Logan County team. And tonight, you got to figure the Wildcats are going to give the Cougars their best shot.
Yeah, I mean, I think it all comes down to how much can you limit this Logan County offense and how much can you match pound for pound against their team offensively. I think last game we saw this Franklin Simpson efficiency were through the roof. And, again, part of that was led by Brody McAllister, who was 7 for 12 in that game. But as far as the rest of the team goes, I mean, their team collectively was 28 for 52, which is 54%. And so, I mean, this Franklin Simpson team, well coached, is built to beat anybody as long as they're clicking on all cylinders long, and that's what they're going to need tonight. And
Logan County led by one of the best scorers in the region. I mentioned this last broadcast, and I'm going to say it again anyway. Samson Hightower, I don't know how on earth he's not first team all-region, averaging 20 points per game on the season. He's come out in the first quarters in particular, put on a clinic against Franklin Simpson, had 16 in the first quarter at Logan County, 13 in the first quarter here at FS. The difference, TB, when you look at how those first quarters went, Franklin Simpson, despite the early onslaught from Hightower, led 21-17 after the opening frame in the home win. When they go on the road to Logan County, 20-8. Franklin Simpson was trailing it, and we were talking about this before the game. Hightower's going to get his. We've seen it in both games. He's scored 20-plus, and that's basically just been night in, night out for him in the new year. It comes down to A, how you respond offensively, and B, what do you let the rest of the Cougars get against your defense?
Yeah, you're going to have to slow down the role players on this team. Obviously, for Samson Hightower, he's a prolific scorer. I mean, when you watch him, it's like you're watching an AAU basketball game, the way he plays the game. But in the retrospect, as long as you're making it tough for him, and then specifically against this Logan County team, you're really cutting off the corners. That's where a lot of damage has been coming from, is whenever Samson Hightower was controlling the ball around the top of the key, around the wing, when the balls got moved to the corners, late defense kind of hurt Franklin Simpson, especially in that first game, and so that's kind of what you're looking out for to stop this team overall.
83-53 was the score. Logan County winning that game. That was their season high at the time. They've eclipsed that with a 92-point performance since then. Hightower finished with 31 in total. That was his career high until the very next game against Edmonson County when he scored 35 points. The Wildcats went just 6 for 15 at the free throw line and actually shot better from 3 than 2 in that game. If you remember, they set their season high with 9 3-pointers made in that first game against the Cougars. The second time around, they don't shoot it as much from deep, but you mentioned the efficiency, and it was that way from everywhere. They shoot over 50% from the floor, 50% even from 3 at 6 for 12 from outside, 7 for 10 from the free throw line. And I'm going to keep beating this drum until it breaks. If you're Franklin Simpson, every win that you've had this season, you've either made 5 threes or you've made 10 free throws. If you go back to the win over Russellville in the opening round, check both of those off. 7 3-pointers made, 15 free throws, was on 27 attempts, so you want to see an uptick in percentage in that department tonight. But you have very uncharacteristic performances at the line from Cam Ray and Cole Scherer, who, despite struggling at the stripe, scored a team-high 15-point second straight game that he's led the Wildcats in scoring after the 18 up at Glasgow in the double overtime game to set a career high. He only had 1 point in that first game at Logan County, and especially with no Brody McAllister tonight and no Logan Morris, meaning Cole is the only forward with experience. We're going to see Alex Eaton in there at least intermittently. We'll see some more Easton Kelly in there relieving Cole as well. But offensively, he's going to have to come to play.
Yeah, I think you're going to want to see that same explosive firepower from Cole, and especially along with that, making sure that he's not into foul trouble.
Yes.
I think with any of these starters, you cannot get into foul trouble, especially against this team who can, as we've seen at times, shoot really good from the free throw line in spurts. You're going to have to limit turnovers. I think a big part of that reason when they won that game is that Franklin Simpson only committed 4 turnovers to Logan County. At least they committed at least 15.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that was a huge difference in the game. And so a part of that is going to be led by Cameron Ray, who, of course, will be dominating the basketball, running the point, and getting his teammates open. And I think if you can have a game where he is, again, distributing the ball like he has been at a crazy rate for the past couple of games, and then bringing along the scoring, again, that is left behind by Brody, that's a recipe for this team's success.
Cam had a career-high 10 assists in the win over Logan County here. He's had 34 over the last 6 games. Over the last 4 games. That's 8.5 per night for Cam. He only had 9 points in that game, but it's more the facilitating than you want from him. And And that leaves two guys. One, Ja'Kai Partinger, who's been your leading scorer all season long. He had scored in double digits 5 straight to end the regular season. Did not hit that mark against Russellville as he and Cam Ray combined for just 15 points. That was their 3rd lowest mark of the season. And still the Wildcats find a way to win that game. He did have 16 points in the win against Logan County, which at the time was his 3rd straight with at least 15. He started hot. He had 13 of his 16 in the first half. He's going to have to string 2 halves together. And then the last piece for Franklin Simpson to talk about offensively is the piece filling in for Brody McAllister tonight, Alan Johnson. He had a career-high 13 the first time these two teams faced off, hit 4 3-pointers at Logan County. He tied that career high on Tuesday against Russellville with 9 points in the fourth quarter, hit a couple threes in that game. He hit a couple threes in the win against the Cougars. You don't need him to explode for a career high, but he's going to have to hit the shots when they matter.
Yeah, and he's been pretty efficient as well as he's shooting these shots as well. As we get a weird fist bump signal from the ref coming in.
I consider it lucky.
I don't know. Yeah, we call it lucky. But anyways, yeah, Alan Johnson, again, you don't need him to explode for 20 points or nothing like that. But when his number is called to shoot the ball, you expect him to shoot it at a great efficiency, and I think hopefully that's what we see tonight.
It's the Wildcats, it's the Cougars. The 13th District Boys Basketball Championship is on the line, and it comes your way after this. Starting lineups on the way as we'll get the national anthem out of the way during the break. Then when we return, we tip this thing off between Franklin Simpson and Logan County. You're listening to Wildcat Basketball on 92.3 WFKN. I'm not saying a word. You know how this goes. Don't even try to trick me.
I know half the time he would stick with us.
I'm sure. All right, Coach, we might be good, we might not be. Who knows? Clearly you don't. No, not at all.
And now let's meet the starting lineup first. For a place to connect, grow, and worship, discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot.
Josh Frick, who is 11 up and 11 down in this district, 1-4 against Franklin Simpson, getting his first win earlier this year. They go 2 guards, three forwards. The star Samson Hightower wearing the 00, a 6'6" senior averaging 20 points and 7.7 rebounds per game. He's got 9 double-doubles and has scored at least 20 points 17 times this season. The other two forwards, Nicholas Bland, a 6'1" senior averaging 8 points per game on the season. He did not play against Todd County Central, but he is back for the Cougars here tonight. And then joining him in the front court is Brady Hinton, the 6'1" senior averaging 5.5 points and 6 rebounds per game. The backcourt, back to what it was in the first matchup between these two teams. Davis Switzer, the sophomore, number 2, averaging 9 points per game. He's made 15 threes at a 30% clip this year. Had an excellent game the second time around against Franklin Simpson, but came off the bench and still put up 15 points, just short of his season high of 17. And the other guard is 5'10" senior Nicholas Thomas, averaging 7 points per game on the season. He's made 45 threes on the year with a season high of 5 in one game. On the other side for the Wildcats, it will be Alan Johnson filling in for Brody McAllister, as we talked about. Cole Scher is the other forward. We say other forward, although Allen really functions as a guard. In the backcourt, Jameer Brooks, Cam Ray, and Ja'Kai Partinger under D. Spencer in his 13th year at Franklin Simpson, seeking district tournament championship number 5. And just as we get to tip, we did get a change in that starting lineup for Logan County from what we saw earlier. We said Bland was going to be back for the Cougars. He was dressed, he was warming up, he was listed to start. He does not start this game. Instead, it's Damani Goodlow, number 1, getting to start for the Cougars in place of Bland. He's averaging 4 points and 2 rebounds per game. We will monitor Nicholas Bland's status because he's been playing extremely well as of late. Had 23 and 12 in their regular season finale. The Wildcats win the tip and have the first possession in the black uniforms in front of the blacked out crowd. Cole Scherer is left wide open at the top of the key. His three-pointer rattles off, and the rebound is pulled down by Nicholas Thomas. And here comes Samson Hightower. He had 31 against Franklin in the first matchup, 20 in the second. 17 for 18 at the free throw line between those two games. Hinton holds up top. Down low, Hightower was able to seal off Scherer, but Brooks comes from behind to knock the entry pass away, and it'll stay with the Cougars underneath.
And that's the big thing right now, is making sure you don't allow any easy entry passes down low when Hightower does play in the post.
They throw it in near midcourt to Hightower, guarded for now by Johnson. He can shoot from 5 feet off the line, instead gets to the left elbow and fires. Missed the mid-range jumper long, and it's rebounded by Brooks. Hightower, for his size, a prolific three-point shooter, leads this team with 63 makes at a 36% clip. He's made at least 3 in 12 games this season. Johnson in the right corner leaves it off for Brooks. Jameer on the season averaging 4 points per game. Had 7 in the win against Logan County, 5 in the loss. Scherer wraps, now gives it back to Brooks up top. We're a minute and 20 seconds in and scoreless from Franklin Simpson. Cam Ray comes to get it, now wraps around, and right now things stalling for the Cats.
I think they're just looking for a good shot. There's no need to rush it right now. You just again, starting off the game, you want to find a good quality shot and get something on the board.
Ja'Kai leads the Wildcats with 13 points per game on the season. Had 13 the first go-around against the Cougars, 17 in the win. Has it on the right wing, now gives it to Brooks. Directing traffic up top. Now gives to Johnson on the wing. Kai open in the corner, but Hightower comes to close out. Ja'Kai steps right inside the three-point line, and he buries a deep 2.
And that's a tough shot right there for Ja'Kai over Hightower.
That's a tough shot. Anybody will tell you analytically it's the worst shot in basketball, and he just made it over Samson Hightower. 2-0 Cats lead at 2 minutes in, and on the far side, stepping on the sideline, is Thomas.
And honestly, a fortunate scenario that just happened. I think Alan Johnson kind of didn't realize that they were in a full court press. Coach Spencer had some words to tell him, but nevertheless, great defense by the Cats.
It's a different spot for Allen. He's used to being that spark plug off the bench, averaging 5.5 points per game, leads the Cats with 37 three-pointers made this season. Hit 4 for a career-high 17 points against Logan County. Fires one here from the left wing, and he's got his first of the night.
A sniper, we talked about it, right? Whenever his number's called to shoot the ball, if he's able to shoot it at a 50% clip, this team has a great chance of winning.
And he doesn't have to be extremely prolific from out there, but If you pull the defense out and allow those guards to work, you've done your job. Right side three-pointer misses for Thomas, and down low, Hinton is calling for a push-off. He had gotten the rebound and put it back up and in, but it's waved off with a shove down low.
And again, that's the beauty of Cameron being down low and boxing out. That's what caused the whole play, where he's boxing out, gets a push in the back, and again, just great job by Franklin, who isn't the best at rebounding the basketball, but has turned around and really got good positioning.
They only averaged 24 rebounds per game on the season. Lost that battle 33-19 at Logan County as Ray is wide open underneath. He missed a wide open layup off the feed from Scherer. It's still 5-0, 3 minutes in. Just to finish that thought, the Cats won the rebounds the second time around, 21-16. Far side, ball in the hands of Switzer on the wing. Slices through and scores. That's what he did time after time in Logan County's loss here at Franklin Simpson.
And we know this team likes to either shoot threes or layups, and so if you're running them off, you're going to have to collapse and help on.
They're a very modern team, and they're fantastic offensively, averaging 65.3 points per game. That's closer to 70 in the calendar year of 2025. Kai up top, gives it over to Brooks, fakes left, now gives it to Johnson in that corner, drives around Hinton, he tries a floater, and Allen Johnson scores again. We saw that flash against Russellville. And Coach Spencer keeps using the word confidence. His confidence is sky high. Jameer Brooks tips the pass. Johnson goes for it, but Goodlow with a good diving effort to take it back for Logan County.
And for Allen Johnson, I think it's playing out of his tendency that does give him open.
7-2, halfway through the first quarter. Switzer, left side drive, gets around Pardinger, barrels into Brooks, and a blocking foul called. Davis Switzer will go to the line for 2 free throws as a 76% shooter on the season.
And Switzer, I mean, it's just the quickness that allows him to get to the paint with the ball, and again, just didn't allow Jameer to get good positioning, kind of hit the side of him there.
This is another key piece of the Logan County puzzle. They're a 68% free throw shooting team. They take 18.5 per game as Switzer makes the first. Over their last 5 games coming into tonight, they've taken 100 free throws on the dot, made 80 of them. The efficiency is ticking up. They've taken at least 20 in 3 straight and went 22 for 28 in their first round game against Todd County Central. Second free throw rattles home. Switzer has all 4 for the Cougars, who trail at 7-4, as now we see Nicholas Bland in for the first time for Logan County. Little cat and mouse game there, bring him off the bench. And Tyler Johnson comes in for the first time for the Cougars as well. Johnson, a senior guard who started here at Franklin Simpson against the Wildcats, averaging 5.4 points per game on the year. Scored 7 in that game. Kai, free throw line. Jay misses long off the dribble, but Xavier Hampton, fresh in the game, gets the rebound, leaves it for Kai. Contested layup, doesn't get the roll, and now Hightower clears it. Far side, Scherer can't get a steal. Here comes Switzer the other way. Foul called, waved off. There's a foul called. What's the whistle going to be for?
It wasn't on Cameron. I think there was a reach-in beforehand on Easton Kelly.
They get it on Easton Kelly, who had just checked in. Cam was trying to draw a charge against Switzer. They say Kelly reached in before the shot attempt or the collision, so it stays with Logan County down low. Kelly in there with Scherer right now, interestingly, as he was the one that was filling in for Cole most of the time on Tuesday, as he took Allen Johnson's spot, and Xavier Hampton coming in the role of Jameer Brooks. Those two very similar, cut from the same cloth. Hinton at the elbow has it knocked away from Zay. And here comes Cam Ray. Puts on the brakes on the left baseline. Goes to work inside. Fakes once. Steps through and scores it. That was signature Cam Ray.
It's so patient down low in the paint. That's kind of Luka-esque, knowing that you're going to get the defense to jump because of his stature. And a great job by him on finishing.
And it all started with the Xavier Hampton deflection as Cole bats one into the Franklin Simpson bench. They haven't updated the score yet. Now they do. 9-4 Cats lead with 2:39 left in this opening quarter. The defense, the story so far, need to keep it up for the next 2.5 minutes.
And especially with this lineup, all of these players have great IQ when it comes to looking at a knack for hitting the ball in these passes.
In the corner, wide open for 3 is Switzer off the screen from Hightower. Couldn't hit it. Rebound batted out, and it goes to the Wildcats.
One of the only blunders they've had in the game. Fortunate Logan County didn't convert. Logan County, you're going to have to convert those open shots, especially with the way Franklin has been playing this first quarter.
Wildcat crowd has filled in the lower section full, filling out up top. and students lined up along the rails. Cats leading 9-4, looking to win their first district championship since 2022. Hampton holds it on the left wing, guarded by Johnson. Leaves it off for Kelly on the wing. Easton averaging a point per game to Kai. Fakes a three, gets inside. Runner missed long, and Bland pulls down the rebound for Logan County. The 6'1 senior averaging 5 boards to go along with 8.3 points per game. Has been in double figures 9 times. Did not play against Todd County Central, but back tonight for the Cougars. Switzer leaves it for Hinton. He's wide open on the left block and drops it home. Great find from Davis Switzer.
Yeah, just a great pick and roll. It didn't really have too much contact on Jakai right there. It kind of slips a little bit, and an wide open layup for Logan County.
Hinton had 8 points in the first matchup between these two teams, only 4 in the second, and that's because they used him as a playmaker against Franklin Simpson's 1-3-1 full court pressure most of the night. 1:15 left opening quarter. Cats lead it by 3. Ray up top sends it over to Hampton. Zay knocked down a couple of huge threes in the Russellville win on Tuesday. Easton Kelly fires up a 3 from the top of the key. That's off the mark, but Hampton gets the offensive rebound. Saves it out to Scherer. Jumper over Hightower, missed long. Rebound batted again, and Johnson is fouled by Franklin Simpson. They get that one against Hampton.
And just, on the offensive rebound, great athletic play by Xavier. He came from the left elbow, and the ball ended up on the right block, and he was able to sky that through the air and at least get a tip out back to Cole. Again, Franklin, you want to convert on those second chance opportunities, but right now they're playing pretty decent basketball on the offensive end.
Jameer Brooks comes in for Jakai Partinger under a minute left in the quarter as Logan County has possession. Jameer is the one guarding Hightower off the ball. Right side, Johnson drives in, flips up a floater, and rattles it home. I mentioned that he scored 7 in the second game between these two teams. He made at least 2 of those runners.
And now it's interesting. We haven't really seen Hightower really focused on in this first quarter.
He's had 1 contested mid-range shot, and that's been it. They tried to get it down low to him, and it was knocked away. But Franklin Simpson's lead is down to 1 regardless. Xavier Hampton with a left side 3. Missed long. Cats settling for 3-pointers. And Scherer gets called for an over-the-back going for the rebound.
And I think in this possession right here, you cannot foul. They're going to be in the bonus. You don't want to give any free points going into the second quarter.
It was 9-4. Cats led it. Quick 4-0 run from Logan County as Jakai comes back in. Cam Ray out. In for the first time for Logan County is Jackson Titchener, who came out and tied his season high with 16 points in the first matchup between these two teams. He gets the inbound, nearly lost it against the Franklin Simpson pressure. Tips it to Bland, gets it back. Corner 3 misses. Here come the Cats with 10 seconds to work with. Brooks gives it to Jakai. Brings it across half court with 5 seconds left in the quarter. Crossover dribble up top, spins, gets through, steps around at the free throw line, left the runner short, and will head into the second quarter with a 9-8 score. A foul was called at the very end just before the buzzer sounded. I think they're going to keep this call. We're going to see if they add any time to the clock or just keep this as a dead ball foul and the quarter being done. Titchener is the one that's called for the foul. And for now, Cole Scherer is standing at.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
And just like that, the Franklin Simpson lead is up to 3 now as we head into the second quarter. 11-8, Wildcats lead it after 1 here on 92.3 WFKN. Yeah, we can do a minute. That was weird.
Yeah, I couldn't even see that he got the rebound.
I don't know how he was shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to complain.
For a place to connect, grow, and worship, discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
Played real, man.
Oh, man. I'm surprised he didn't put Allen back in at all the rest of the quarter.
(11-8), Franklin Simpson leads after Cole Scherer hits 2 free throws at the end of the opening quarter. His free throw percentage went down 7 points from Tuesday's game. He had taken the team high for one game from Cam Ray at 71%, down to 64%, but still had the team high 15. Was a key player for Franklin Simpson all night long, as here he defends Samson Hightower out of the first quarter break, and Hightower glides in and breaks through for his first bucket after scoring 29 points in the 2 first quarters previously between these two teams. It takes him until the second to get the first basket, and hopefully that's not a sign of things to come based on his trends. As Jameer Brooks tries to throw it over to Hampton, it's deflected. Zay tried to save it on the sideline and stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, on that Hightower play, I mean, he's just very crafty with the ball. Even whenever the ball's dead in his hands, he finds a way to get open and shoot the little floater.
Cole Scherer is the one guarding him now as Tyler Johnson brings it across half court for Logan County. They give to Hightower, run him off a screen, backdoor lob, picked off by Hampton, who leaves it for Cam Ray. They wanted to break the roof off the Logan County section with that one as Brooks gets a right corner 3 in transition, and the Cats break the roof off their own cheering section.
And that's the benefit we talked about before the game started. Xavier offers a lot of athleticism.
Brady Hinton drives in. Beautiful find. That's what he did in both matchups between these two teams. Managing the full court pressure. Left it underneath for Titchener, who gets his first bucket. Jameer with an ankle breaker on Titchener as he brings it across half court. Scherer now gets it on the baseline. Down low Cam against Hightower. Tries to shovel it for Zay. Couldn't control it, but Brooks recovers in the corner. 14-12. Franklin Simpson leads a minute and a half in to the second quarter.
And I love that they're about to reset after kind of being in a little frenzy right there. They're going to reset the play and try to find another wide open shot.
Left side, Brooks to Scherer on the block. Quickly catches and fires over Hinton and scores. Cole's got 4. It's been a balanced effort so far for Franklin Simpson. 16 points. Nobody has more than the 5 from Allen Johnson. Right side, Goodlow throws it down low to Hinton. It's a little too hot. Johnson comes in to save it. Sends it out to Titchener. Now they reset with Hightower against Partinger right wing. Gets a screen from Hinton. Leaves it for a rolling Brady Hinton. And underneath, he's fouled by Jameer Brooks, who again holds both hands up. But TB, the lesson is going to be learned one way or another. One of these times, he's going to have to set up and try to take that charge.
Yeah, he's going to have to. And I think at this point, you just can't swat for the ball anymore. They're going to call those fouls. I think, again, the one saving grace right now for Franklin Simpson, as the first free throw is missed, is that they have done a great job of finding Hightower and not allowing him to create any offense off of just being open.
Every shot that he's had, just the couple that he has, he's had to work really hard for. You cannot leave him open off the ball. Make him work for everything on the ball. And the first shot that he took, a contested mid-range jumper of everything that he'll take, you'll take those every time as a defense. Hinton's second free throw misses long. Rebound deflected, and Jakai able to control it on the baseline. Led the Wildcats with 7 rebounds on Tuesday and leads them on the season with 4 per game. Brings it across himself. It's still a 4-point Franklin Simpson lead. Spins inside, takes the contact from Switzer, missed the runner, but now Jakai Partinger will go to the line for 2 free throws.
And Jakai really loves that spin move. That's his go-to when he's on the left side of the free throw line. I mean, I've seen it time and time again where he'll spin around and then create that space because of his leaping ability.
5:45 left in the second quarter, brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. At Wilkins Eye Care, we love the Wildcats and support all the players and coaches eye care needs. We are accepting new patients, so call us at 270-776-2020 to make an appointment with Wilkins Eye Care in Franklin. Kai makes the first of the 2 free throws. He's a 62% shooter on the season, went 4 for 6 against Russellville. Again, finished that game with just 8 points. But they got 15 from Scherer and 13 from Johnson. Second free throw for Kai. Doesn't get the bounce, left it short. And Hinton, after a deflection, pulls it down. And it's 17-12 Franklin Simpson. 5:40 left before halftime here from Frank Cardwell Court. Right side, Hightower, guarded by Ray. Hinton comes to set a screen. Hightower tries to pull, and as he does, Ray fouls him on the three-point attempt, trying to reach in and knock the ball out.
Kind of James Harden-esque right there, realizing that Cameron's arm was kind of in the way right there, and then going up, and I mean, that's a foul every time.
Cam tried to literally reach his arm around the screen because he knew what was coming. And Hightower will take his first 3 free throws of the night. He's taken double-digit free throw attempts 8 times this season, averages 7 per game, averaging 20 points per game on the year, but under 15 per game in their losses this season. Has only hit that 20-point mark in 3 of their 10 losses for the year. He's made 2 of these 3 free throws as Hinton comes out for Logan County. Goodlow comes back in. Bland, Thomas, and Switzer also on the floor as Hightower makes all 3. He's got 5 in the quarter, and just like that, the Franklin Simpson lead is back down to 2, 17-15. Kelly double team, finally gets rid of it to Partinger. Now the Cats have numbers the other way. Jakai inside, leaves it out for Ray. Fakes the 3, now steps into a corner shot, missed it long, but it's tipped by Kelly to Partinger, but they're going to call Easton late for an over the back, tipping it to Ray. And that's his second foul. He's got 2 now. Jameer Brooks with 2. The late whistle came in as Jakai had already made the putback.
Yeah, I thought he just hit the ball to Jakai, like kind of tipped it, but I guess maybe he got contact on the arm as well or something.
Easton seeing his most minutes of the season the last 2 games. Right side, Switzer has it as Cougars only down by 2 now. Using a screen from Hightower. Bumps into Ray, now gives it to Samson Hightower, right corner. Partinger with a hand up in his face. Hightower drives baseline, barrels inside, no call as Ray tried to draw the charge. Hightower's got 7 in the quarter, and we're tied at 17.
And right now, Logan County has not missed a field goal in this quarter, going 3 for 3.
And now a whistle blows off the ball as Ray was jostling back and forth with Goodlow, who picks up a random foul. That's his second. And just like we saw in the Russellville game, albeit that one, it was really the second quarter was the only time we didn't have fouls. The fouls really becoming a factor here. Kamari Phillips having to check in for Franklin Simpson. The senior playing his final game on this floor. 1 of 4 for the Wildcats. Gives it over to Jakai Partinger with 4.5 minutes left to go before halftime in a tie game. Gets around Bland. Inside. Contested layup misses. And Hinton gets another rebound. Hightower wants it. He'll bring it across himself. Cam Ray waits to pick him up on the right wing. Into the corner, Switzer. Trying to get it down low to Hightower. Instead it goes out to Hinton, guarded by Allen Johnson. Back to Switzer. Allen switches on to him. Switzer drives, spins, gets inside, barrels into Ray, and that time the charge is called, and that's the second foul on Davis Switzer.
And now that you realize that the calls are going the way they are, especially in the second quarter, you got to be smart on both ends of the court, not really jostling for positioning, not fighting so much, and just allowing the other team to commit those turnovers.
I'll correct myself. That's actually the first on Switzer. They said there was one earlier that was originally said to have been on Switzer, and I actually think that ended up being switched to Goodlow, and that's why he's got the 2. So he's only got 1 as Cam Ray brings it across half court, guarded by Bland. Hands it off to Jakai Partinger, bobbled it first, but collects. Top of the key is stuck, sends it into the corner, Phillips. Behind the back dribble, gets away from Hinton for a moment, now gives it back out to Kai. Right side, Switzer all over him, and Jakai has to pull it back out to the top of the key. Now to Scherer, Hightower on him. Phillips, Kai, corner, wraps baseline, bump by Switzer, and there picks up the second foul. That one of all the fouls we've seen was definitely the most clear. Got caught trying to cut Jakai off and just reached that knee out and bumped him. So Tyler Johnson will come in and take his spot.
And the next one gets the Wildcats in the bonus, I believe.
It does, with 3:36 left before halftime, tied up at 17. Ray looking to inbound. Just has to fire it up top to Partinger, who chases it down at the half-court logo. Into the corner. Johnson all alone for 3. Gets his second of the night.
He has not missed a shot in this game. 3 for 3 for Allen Johnson. He is heating up.
Had just come back into the game. Hasn't played maybe as much as you figured with starting in this opening half, but may play the remainder of this half as he just gave the Cats a 3-point lead. Hightower jumper just inside the free throw line, misses, and Jakai Partinger with a strong rebound. Here comes Kai the other way, guarded by Johnson. inside through 2 defenders, scoops it up and in off the glass.
And we know Jakai, he's a volume shooter, so he's going to shoot in volume. Sometimes the efficiency isn't there, but if he's aggressive, this team can score in bunches soon.
5-point lead now for the Wildcats. Hightower in the corner, being fronted by Phillips. Out to Hinton, drives inside, runs into Scherer, charge called. Second on Hinton.
And you know, I thought they were going to call that on Allen, who looked like he got a block right there. I was a little concerned, but again, this team has kind of switched the flip, and they're now getting a lot more of those charge calls.
Cole was the one to take it, and I'll say this. He might have started to fall a little early, but Hinton had that shoulder lowered, and I think that sealed the deal. Phillips comes to get the inbound for Franklin Simpson, who has a 5-point lead and the momentum with 2.5 minutes left in the opening half. Phillips looking for somebody to give it to. Now gives it to Kai, right wing. Guarded by Johnson. Gets to a spot. 7 feet from the basket. Fall away jumper. Banged home. And Logan County takes a timeout.
A great little run by Franklin Simpson. And right now these Cats are on fire on the offensive end.
7-0 run for the Wildcats. They lead at 24-17 with 2:22 left in this second quarter. That's brought to you, as it has been all season long, by Wilkins Eye Care. They're accepting new patients. .22 left before halftime. The Wildcats jostling for one of those district winning spots as we started to see some of the scores roll in. The one that'll seem the most like a stunner and probably will not matter at all. Warren Central, I believe we've seen go down in the 14th district championship to Bowling Green. But as we've learned in years past, it doesn't matter who wins that game. As we're back underway here, Hightower gives it to Titchener, now to Johnson, now left side. Quick trigger 3 from Thomas, misses long, and Scherer skies to get the rebound.
Yeah, they're just not letting Hightower get anything easy.
Ray down low, kick out Scherer for 3. Give him another one. It's a 10-0 run.
And again, it's the ability for Cameron Ray to drive that created that offense.
Down low, foul called on the drive. Nobody could hear it because of how loud the crowd is. Titchener was fouled driving in by Allen Johnson. They're going to say it's on the floor. It's a 4th against the Wildcats with 1:41 left in this quarter. Both teams will be in the bonus for the rest of this first half. Johnson to inbound, guarded by Partinger. Just chucks it up near midcourt, and it's collected, and they'll set up the offense as Titchener comes to get it. To Hightower, guarded by Phillips, all over him, 6 feet off the line. Hightower, free throw line, fall away jumper is perfect. He's got 9 in the quarter, and that cuts the run now as Franklin had scored 10 straight.
And he needed that one because he has that's probably the easier look he's gotten, even though it was still tough with Kamari right on him.
We have another final in. Barron County beating Glasgow 66-53. Clinton County is expected on all accounts to emerge as the champions of the 16th. Kamari Phillips with a right wing 3. They can't miss!
Yeah, right now there's just nothing that this Logan County team can do. They're leaving players wide open.
Hightower fakes a 3 up top, now sends it over on the left side. Triple fired up from the wing. It's missed by Thomas. Here comes Cam Ray. Hesitation dribble at half court, now releases to the wing. 35 seconds left before halftime. Phillips jabs right, gets inside, sends it down low for Scherer, who scores over Titchener. How about Kamari Phillips?
I mean, that was a flashy play. Realized that Cole was cutting and was able to find him even though he was kind of stumbling to his left.
Kamari hit a three against Russellville, hit a three-pointer in the win against Logan County. He knocks one down, and then he gets a great assist off the drive. Cats need to defend with 10 seconds left in the quarter and a 13-point lead. Hightower comes to get it top of the key. Guarded by Ray. Lost it for a second. 4 seconds left. Pull up three. Drains it just before the horn. Logan County needed that desperately. The Cougars scored 14 in the quarter. Hightower gets 11 of them. But not enough so far as the Wildcats lead at 32-22. And actually, let me give him one more. 12 in the quarter for Samson Hightower. All of his points in this opening half come in the first quarter. You could have gave him 4 for that three-pointer as badly as they needed it. But the Wildcats hold a 10-point lead thanks to a 10-0 run and a quadruplet of three-pointers in the second quarter. One from Jameer Brooks, one from Cole Scherer, one from Kamari Phillips, and the one that started it all was Allen Johnson with his second three-pointer of the ball game. 32-22, Franklin Simpson leads it at halftime. We get you all the numbers from this opening half and run through all the scores that we have from the rest of the region after this on 92.3 WFKN. Let's do 2 minutes.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust it.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot. Shoot that. Hey, why not? Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Are you looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
Hey, Mr. Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
At South Warren. Here at Franklin Simpson High School, though, the boys, like I said, trying to match that and get their 16th district title. They lead at 32-22 at halftime. Logan County won their first 5 games in district play, all in fairly dominant fashion, including a 30-point win over Franklin Simpson at Logan County. They come here to the Franklin Simpson gym. The Wildcats get a 7-point win to even the series, but the RPI favors the Cougars as the top seed. As we see, that didn't end up mattering too much as both teams make it to the championship game anyways. And now a shorthanded Wildcat team without Brody McAllister, who's been in double figures 7 straight games before missing now the last 2 in this district tournament. Without Logan Morris, who started for Brody and went down with a knee injury a minute and a half in to that game against Russellville. The Cats somehow, some way have clawed out to a 32-22 lead. And TB, I say somehow, some way. The story is exactly the same as what Franklin Simpson did against Logan County when these two teams faced off here a few weeks ago. Efficiency from every level of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, the Cats have been playing amazing. And I'm going to highlight the second quarter because that's when Franklin Simpson went on their run, their 10-0 run in that quarter. In this quarter, they shot 8 for 10 from the field. They shot 4 for 5 from 2. And they also shot 4 for 5 from 3. and like I said, this team has been tremendous. And I guess the biggest thing about this quarter or about this game right now is they're out shooting in totality, shooting 52% from the field. And they've shot at least 8 more shots, or excuse me, 8 more shots than Logan County because of the charge calls that have been put against them.
The thing that stands out the most to me is I sat here before the game and said Camry and Ja'Kai Pardinger had their 3rd least combined total of the season against Russellville with 15 points. The other 2 games, 12 against Warren Central and 10 against Greene County. Those were both losses. That was the first time the Wildcats had won with those 2 scoring that low of an amount of points put together. Combined, they've got 7 points in the first half of this game. Cole Scherer leading the way again. This will be the 3rd straight game that he's led the Wildcats in scoring with 9 points, 7 of them in the second quarter. And Alan Johnson, he had his career high at Logan County, tied that career high here Tuesday night when the Cats needed it most. He's already got 8 points with 2 3-pointers. The 2 thresholds we talk about. You got to make 10 free throws or you got to make 5 threes. The Wildcats have already made 5, and it's not like TB, they're just chucking them up. It's only taken them 9 shots to get there.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just the efficiency for this team. Offensively, what a lot of it has been is penetrate, drive, and kick out for the 3-point shots. We've seen open 3-point shots that way. And then the 2-point shots, honestly, it's been Ja'Kai either cutting or making tough shots, Cole cutting, making tough shots. And again, when this team is just shooting at the way they are, there's nobody in this region that could beat them.
On the other side for Logan County, as you would probably guess, Samson Hightower leading the way at halftime with 12 points. The part that you probably wouldn't have guessed is that this time he goes scoreless in the first quarter and then scores all 12 in the second quarter. And TV, as we look back on the story of this game, if Logan County comes back to win, I think we'll look back at that buzzer-beating 3 at the end of that second quarter as the defining moment for the Cougars.
Yeah, I mean,
it's their first 3 of the game.
It's the first 3 of the game, but it's tough to judge that because, again, that's Hightower working his butt off to try to get any kind of shot. And that was a tough shot. That was a couple feet from the line over Cameron. And, I mean, if the Wildcats play that kind of defense against Hightower, again, you're going to give up a couple buckets because he is just that much taller. He's explosive off the jump. But other than that, if you keep on containing the rest of the players, I mean, I don't see how Logan County can come back in this game unless they change up something schematically wise to get people open.
Well, the biggest thing that we talked about was what does the rest of the team do? When you look at the 2 matchups between these 2 teams in the regular season, first go around, the Cougars, they shot 56% as a team. When you look at the rest of the starting lineup outside of Samson Hightower, those 4 players combined to shoot 16 for 21. That's 76%. Game 2, Logan County, despite losing, still shot 53%. The rest of the starters, efficient, 57%, but they only took 14 shots. And that's been the biggest thing here tonight, TB. We have seen the other side of that where Franklin Simpson has dared the rest of the starters and bench players, for that matter, to shoot the ball, and they just haven't been able to convert.
They haven't been able to convert, and they haven't been able to really take as many shots as they would like to. I mean, I remember going back to their last game where in multiple quarters they took well over 10 shots. 10, 11, in all quarters they took 9 shots or more, and already in this first half they've only taken 15 shots.
Getting ready for the third quarter, brought to you by Clark CPA and Advisory Group at 927 Brookhaven Road in Franklin. As a former athlete at FSHS, Tanner Clark knows a thing or two about basketball and a thing or two about money. Tax questions or issues that you need consultation for, need bookkeeping or payroll done. Tanner and his team do it all. Call them at 270-586-9899. 32-22, Franklin Simpson leads Logan County as we tick off the final seconds before we get to the second half. The Cougars are on the season. They've scored at least 60 points 22 times. They had done that 10 straight games coming into tonight, 17-5 when doing so. On the flip side of that, their magic number has been 60 defensively. They're 13-0 when they hold opponents under 60. That's been the magic number for Franklin Simpson this year. When they hit that mark, TB, they're 7-0 this season, and over the last 5 seasons, 51-6. So just like we saw when these two teams played here on this floor, my guess for this second half would be this is going to be a race to 60.
Yeah, this very much well is, and I think if you're Logan County, you have to make it tougher on this Wildcat team to get their shots up a lot tougher, to make more contested shots instead of open shots. And if you're Franklin Simpson, I mean, you continue to contain Hightower. Don't let him make any wide open shots. Don't let him get into a rhythm, and then you're looking set for the rest of the game.
Wildcats will start the second half with possession. Brooks, Partinger, Ray, and Alan Johnson the guards. Cole Scherer, the lone forward for the Wildcats. As Jakai holds it on the left wing, guarded by Damani Goodlow. He's got 2 fouls, starting in place of Nicholas Bland, who is still playing for the Cougars but coming off the bench. Left side pass to Brooks, deflected, and Jameer picks up a foul, trying to take it back from Nicholas Thomas. And my next point was going to be to go through the foul trouble for both sides. Jameer picks up foul number 3 there. Easton Kelly has 2. On the other side for Logan County, Switzer, Hinton, and Goodlow all have 2 fouls. And Franklin can't get the sub in before the inbound for Logan County, but Xavier Hampton will come into the next dead ball. Right side, Switzer. He drives. He had 4 in the opening quarter, none in the second quarter. Now they give it to Hightower, guarded by Partinger. Wants a screen from Hinton. Gets it. Pull up 3 from the top of the key. Left short. Brooks fighting for the rebound. Tied up. And arrow favors Logan County.
And again, it's just in that possession, making it tough for Hightower to really step into his shot and get into rhythm. And back on that Jameer Brooks play, honestly, they kind of started with a bad pass from Alan Johnson, and Brooks just kind of pushed, trying to keep the defender away from the ball.
High ball for the inbound is picked off. Ray playing DB against Hightower, and he took it away. Cam drives, kicks, Johnson, corner 3. Rattles off, no. Hightower tips it off the backboard to himself, and now he'll bring it across half court for the Cougars.
Kind of the same start we saw in the first quarter. Both teams looking for a good shot, firing, missing.
Switzer gets a screen, drives inside, misses the layup against Scherer. Cole gets the rebound as well. He'll bring it across half court. Drives in, kicks it out. Hampton wide open for 3 in the right corner. That one misses long. Johnson tips it. Cats can't control. Fight for the rebound far side. It's last touched by Hampton, and it goes out of bounds to Logan County.
And Hampton has been pretty good in those corner 3s for the past couple of games. Last game, went 2 for 3 from the corner specifically.
He came into this game 8 for 13 from three-point range on the season. Between those 2 looks with him and Allen, it's hard to believe neither of them went in. As away from the ball, we get a foul. Cam bumping into Hightower on the block, and that's his second foul.
And the foul starting to rack up early. That's already 2 in the first minute and a half of the game. If you're Franklin Simpson, you got to tighten that up. And the last thing you want to do is let this Logan County team get back into the game because of free throws.
They've only taken 6 so far. They've been shooting around 20 per game. Down low, Hightower can't collect the entry pass. They tried to throw it over the top of Ray, and Hightower couldn't bring it down.
And another turnover. That's Logan County's problem, is they're turning the ball over too often. The bad pass. They're really trying to. I don't understand why they're, trying to get Hightower the ball down the block, because he doesn't do that too often.
No. They see the size advantage, but Cam so far has done a pretty good job at defensive back in this one. Ball goes left side. Zay gives it to Ray on the block. Goes to work against Hinton. Kicks it out. Kai jabs, fires the left wing 3. That one rattles off, but Ray gets the offensive rebound. Stuck between 3 defenders, just throws it up and is able to do what he does best and draw a foul. And that's against Goodlow, so that's his 3rd. With that, Nicholas Bland will come back in for the Cougars with 6:09 left in the quarter. And Coach Spencer, before the first free throw, is going to get a timeout in. Just a 30. So we'll stay here. 32-22. No points scored in the first nearly 2 minutes of this third quarter, brought to you by Clark CPA and Advisory Group at 927 Brookhaven Road in Franklin. Visit them or give them a call at 270-586-98.
Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
The first half, they all went in.
Yeah.
Granted, it really wasn't the entirety of the first half. That first quarter only had 11 points, and the floodgates opened in the second quarter. Cam Ray will have 2 free throws here. His percentage on the season is back to being technically the team high at 69%. As he misses the first, though. If you take any qualifiers out of it, though, Alan Johnson would be your leader at 7 for 10. And after the first miss, I'm going to give him the crown. And Cam misses the second, but Xavier Hampton rips down the offensive rebound and puts it back up and in.
And again, it's the athleticism we've talked about.
Left corner wide open for 3 is Nicholas Thomas. It rattles out, and when I say rattled out, I mean it hit the front of the rim, the back of the rim, and still popped out. But the Cats bring it the other way with a 12-point lead. Ray holds on the left wing after the first bucket of the game for Xavier Hampton. Left corner, Johnson alone for 3. Missed it short, but Ja'Kai Parninger gets an offensive rebound. His putback won't go, tipped out, and it will stay, or it will be Logan County ball. There were 4 Cougars and 1 Wildcat down there, but somehow Ja'Kai was the one to get a hand on it. Like you said, the looks have been extremely good for Franklin Simpson, just not falling so far in this third quarter. Something about this basket to our left. Hinton, elbow, kick out, wide open 3 from the top of the key. That one misses long for Thomas. Neither team can take the lid off the basket. And the Cats still have a 12-point lead as Ja'Kai brings it across half court. Free throw line. Scherer fakes, has it knocked away from behind. Great hands by Thomas, and Nicholas Bland is up with it.
Right now, both teams struggling to get the ball in the hoop and find some kind of good look.
Thomas flips up a runner just inside the elbow, and he scores the first bucket of the half for Logan County. His first bucket of the game, averaging 7 points per game on the season. And then a pass is thrown away by Kai. Bland to Switzer, who misses the layup. But an offensive rebound for Thomas. He's bumped, count the basket, and one.
And a big bucket right there for Logan County.
It's a game of runs, and right now Thomas has strung together 4 straight himself.
I think if you're Franklin Simpson, you got to have something drop. I mean, it's good. It's great to get good looks, but if nothing's falling, you're going to allow this Logan County team to kind of claw their way back.
5-0 run from Thomas as the free throw falls, and it's a 7-point game. 34-27, 4:40 left in the third quarter. Logan County applying full court pressure now. Cam Ray breaks it, now gives it to Kai. Left wing, drives. Inside, tries a scoop, layup, missed it, but midair got his own rebound and put it back in.
And right now, offensive rebounds is what's killing Logan County. Franklin's just getting a lot of extra opportunities.
Hightower, right side, drives, fires from the baseline over Kai. Extremely well defended and forces the miss. Here comes Cam Ray. Doesn't have any help, doesn't care. Gets inside, wanted the foul call, and gets it. It was 1-on-4, and Cam hesitated for a moment, then drove right into the body of Hinton, who picks up foul number 3 as well.
And, you know, on that defensive possession with Ja'Kai guarding Hightower, I think that was the first time I really saw Hightower kind of alter his shot at the top of at the peak of his shot, because he kind of twitched a little bit. Maybe it was slightly a touch by Ja'Kai, but that was probably the best defended jump shot I've seen on Hightower.
Ray fires up the first free throw and hits. We talked to him after the game against Russellville where he struggled at the line. We talked about Cole. Cam struggled as well, going 5 for 10. It was the second straight game he's attempted double-digit free throws, 4th time he's done it this year. And he knew he was in his head. Might have needed that first one to get out of that funk, but the second one misses as well. And then Xavier Hampton called for a foul, trying to get the offensive rebound. Cam 1 for 3 at the line in the quarter. Gets one of those to go and pushes the lead back out to 10.
And, you know, maybe that's the only reason why, you know, the athleticism hurts Zay a little bit. He feels like he can go up and get everything, and sometimes results in foul calls.
And now halfway through the quarter, Logan County already in the bonus. Switzer up top, hounded by Hampton. Gets it knocked away, but it goes to Hinton. Right side, Thomas between the legs dribble against Ray. Wild shot fired up from the right side and missed. Scherer gets the rebound. Great defense from Cam. Here comes Ja'Kai Partinger down the right side. Holds it up on the wing in a double team. Now it goes up top, Ray. Behind the back dribble, crossover, gets inside again, kicks it out to Hampton. Ball fake, now gives it to Ray, and they reset deep on the left wing with 3:35 left in this third quarter. Scherer sets a screen at the top of the key for Ray. All the way to the rim, scoop layup, hangs up on the front of the rim and misses. Cam wanted to foul, didn't get it. Here comes Hightower. Down the right side, has it blocked! Kamari Phillips swatted the layup! Xavier Hampton the other way. Left-handed layup, misses long! And here comes Logan County. Zay knocks it away. The Cats have it back. Ja'Kai Partinger into Hinton, and they score it this time. What a sequence, and somehow the Cats come away with the points.
Again, it's just really hard right now. Logan County can't get a clean shot off.
Kamari Phillips went up and blocked the shot of Hightower down low. Just basically took it out of his hand. Hightower, left side three. Bang off the dribble. He's got 15, and the Cougars take a timeout with 2:44 left in the quarter, 39-30. Hightower gets his first basket of the quarter. Again, it's a 30, so we'll stay right here. Wildcats have done their job defensively, but every time Hightower is able to bail them out of a bad spot with a tough shot.
Yeah, I mean, Hightower, it seems like time and time again, he is.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot. Shoot that. Hey, why not? Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live.
When you look at all of the contributions, it's just like it was against Russellville. All hands on deck. Players in different roles than they had been all season, getting different minutes than they had been all season, and excelling in different spots.
And a quick update, it looks like Cameron subbed out, has gone back to the locker room. I think getting checked out on an ankle maybe from a layup that he shot earlier in the game.
Easton Kelly takes his spot. Him, Kai, Xavier Hampton, Cole Scherer, and Jameer Brooks on the floor right now for the Wildcats. We'll keep an eye on that with 2.5 minutes left to go in the quarter. Kai up top, jabs right, gets inside, gets stuck inside the left elbow, forces up a jumper, it misses long. Rebound bobbled around, Bland couldn't control it. Kelly dives for it, quickly a jump ball called, and the arrow favors Franklin Simpson. And with that, Alan Johnson will check back in, and Xavier Hampton will come out. Zay's been flying all over the place.
He has been. I mean, he has been like a DB, hawking the ball, just going all over the court.
Allen, 8 points in the first half, yet to score in this second half. Wildcats will have a sideline inbound from in front of their student section on the far side. Kelly to trigger and throws it into Kai in the backcourt. 2:15 left to go in this third quarter. Left side Brooks, guarded by Hightower. Checks his options. Now hands it to Partinger, who nearly lost it in the backcourt, but controls it just ahead of half court as Cam comes out of the locker room. Kai pulls from the left side and scores from 5 feet out. Ja'Kai Partinger has 6 now in the quarter, 13 for the game to lead the Wildcats.
Again, a volume shooter he is, and when he gets hot, it's really hard to stop him.
Hinton drives baseline, and Kelly picks up a hand check on him. That's Easton Kelly's third foul to go along with the 3 for Jameer Brooks. And we just saw Cam come out of the locker room, and just like that, he's going to come back into the ball game as well, but he's going to have to wait for the first free throw from Brady Hinton. We mentioned earlier, Cougars already in the bonus, but if nothing else, TB, it took him 2.5 minutes to take advantage.
Yeah, it did. And right now, if you're Logan County, I think you just continue to be aggressive down low as the first free throw's missed. You continue to grab the ball and at least try to draw some kind of contact to get to the free throw line.
Hinton has missed all 3 of his free throws in this one. Takes his dribbles with the right hand, fires this one up and swishes it home. Whistle blows and a substitution will come in as Jackson Titchener comes back in for the Cougars. Nicholas Bland comes out. 41-31 our score with 1:46 left to go in the third quarter. Franklin Simpson leading it. It's been a stalemate in the third, both teams with 9 points. Ja'Kai Pardinger, guarded by Switzer as he brings it across half court. Behind the back dribble to release, top of the key, crosses over. Now pulls it back out to midcourt. Minute and a half left in the quarter. Ray flares off an off-ball screen and gets it deep on the right wing. And Coach Spencer sends his guy into motion, and Ray is fouled 5 feet off the three-point line. Just a reach-in foul out there by Titchener.
And I think that's the danger, right, of when you have to guard Ja'Kai and Cameron out on the perimeter. They're so quick and shifty getting to the paint that it's really hard to stop them without putting your hands on them.
Ja'Kai Pardinger was about to come out, and now he is going to have to wait for Kamari Phillips. They are not going to let them substitute before this inbound. Allen Johnson will take it and goes into Jameer Brooks up top. Minute 20 left in the quarter. Wildcats looking to extend this lead. Hightower all over Brooks. Now it goes to Scherer, deep left side. Cole 9 points in the first half, scoreless so far in the second half as Ja'Kai has taken this game over for Franklin Simpson. Cam crossover dribble, gets away from Titchener, who knocked it away from behind, but called for another reach as he got the wrist.
Well, and, honestly, the first reach was the foul. I don't think the second reach behind the back was the foul.
Yeah.
But the first one is when he kind of hit Cameron's body right above him. I don't understand why they're guarding Cameron out by the logo.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess
it just dares him to beat you off the dribble, and every time he's going to beat you off the dribble.
Exactly.
With 1:08 left here in the quarter, Johnson inbounds again. Now Phillips into the game for Pardinger. Back out to Ray. Cats, we'll see how much they try to hold this thing. They could keep it for one if they want to.
And I think that's what they're going to do unless Logan County offers some kind of pressure.
And Coach Spencer tells them take their time, but now Logan County traps. Brooks comes to help Ray, guarded by Hightower. Gets away from him, now kicks it out right side. Phillips, catch and shoot three. Missed it short. And here comes Logan County the other way. Coach Spencer not happy that the Cats shot it early. 40 seconds on the clock. Hightower up top. Johnson on him. Steps to his right. Fade away three. That one off the mark, but an offensive rebound collected by Titchener. Out to Switzer, and they'll reset with 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Switzer gets around Scherer. Inside. Foul called on the floor, and regardless, it'll be 2 free throws. As Scherer picks up the bump on the drive.
Not the way you wanted that to happen, because that was going to be a well-contested shot again with Cameron ready to take the charge.
And he missed the shot. Second foul against Cole Scherer. Will give Davis Switzer 2 free throws. He made 2 earlier. Rattles home the first of these 2 as Ja'Kai Pardinger checks in for the Wildcats. Kamari Phillips comes out and immediately says to Coach Spencer, that's on me.
It always is, right?
With the way that he's been playing, though, I can't blame him for taking the shot. Well, I can, because he wasn't supposed to. Second one misses for Switzer. Ball on the floor. Brooks comes up with it for the Wildcats. Off the Ray, and the Cats have 20 seconds to work with. Titchener comes up to meet Ray at the half-court line with 15 seconds left to go in the quarter. Cole waits for a high screen up top. Now the trap comes. Cam operating to his left. Escapes with the dribble. 6 seconds left in the quarter. Out to Ja'Kai Pardinger. 4 seconds. Gets a screen from Scherer. Kicks it out. Johnson, right corner, 3. Hits it at the horn! Logan County found their answer at the buzzer at the end of the first half. The Cats find theirs at the buzzer at the end of the third quarter. A back-and-forth third frame. We talk about boxing matches all the time. The Cats land the...
For a place to connect, grow, and worship, discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with.
Fourth quarter underway here at Franklin Simpson High School, and Logan County starting with possession, trying to trim in to a 12-point Franklin Simpson lead. 44-32, the Cats lead it, and they go back to their bread and butter. Davis Switzer drives, gets a foul called against Jameer Brooks. As his first free throw falls, Jameer now has 4.
And I think the issue is he keeps on swatting for the ball instead of taking the charge whenever the defense purposefully gets him in prime position.
Second free throw falls for Switzer. He's now got 7 points. Logan County 10 for 14 at the free throw line in this game. And again, Coach Spencer tells Jameer in those spots, you've got to try to take the charge. Just a sophomore, I would say it's safe to assume by the time his tenure here is done, he's going to learn that lesson. Ja'Kai brings it across half court. He led the Cats with 6 in that third quarter. He's got 13 for the game. Allen Johnson hit the 3 before the end of the quarter. He's got 11. Kai drives in, spins, gets stuck, and he moves the pivot foot in the paint. Logan County forces a turnover. 30 seconds into this quarter as Brady Hinton will check back in with his 3 fouls. He, Jackson Titchener, and Damani Goodlow all with 3 for Logan County. Sampson Hightower, their star, leads with 15 at 12 in the first half, only 3 in that third quarter. We'll see if just like the second quarter, he starts to hunt his shot here. He's guarded by Scherer on the left side, now gives to Hinton. Johnson on him. Down low, Hightower fouled on the entry pass. Ja'Kai was behind him. Allen came to help on the front, and they get the foul on Ja'Kai from behind.
And again, 2 quick fouls within the first minute of the game. I mean, Logan County is really racking up these fouls.
So the Cougars will take a timeout. They've already, as I mentioned, taken 14 free throws now in this ball game. They've taken 20-plus in 3 straight games, including their win against Todd County Central on Monday when they went 22 for 28 at the charity stripe, and that 20 number has been their magic number. They went 18 for 21 in their win against Franklin Simpson. They went 13 for 13, 100%, but they only make 13 in the loss to the Wildcats. They've only lost 3 times in 2025, which is the big thing that we've talked about with this Logan County team and the way that they've been able to turn their season around, going 15-3 in the new year. In those 3 losses, they've been held under 20 free throw attempts in all of them. But they're trending towards that number unless the Wildcats can start to defend without fouling coming out of the timeout. Logan County has possession for a baseline inbound, trailing it by 10 with 7:17 left to go. Jump ball up top. Hinton comes down with it for the Cougars. Now sends it over to Hightower, guarded by Johnson. Gets inside, has the runner blocked, and then it hit his body on the way down. Either that had to be the case, or they're saying it wasn't blocked and it's just out of bounds off of Hightower. Regardless, it's Franklin Simpson ball, and the Cougars can't believe it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell the positioning of Allen right there, but fortunate for Franklin Simpson, you slow down Logan County.
As badly as he missed it, I just assumed it had to be blocked. Xavier Hampton has it on the right wing for the Wildcats. He's got 2 points. Gives it over to Ja'Kai Partinger. Gets a screen from Zay working right. Inside, Euro step, missed the layup. Zay with another offensive rebound, and he banks it in from 4 feet. He has been everywhere.
Yeah, that's his 5th rebound of the game. 3 offensive, and they're all timely.
The Cats hustling tonight. Hightower, right side, mid-range jumper over. Scherer is perfect.
And I think it's his time. He's going to start really going after that shot.
46-36. Hampton gives it over to Partinger, who brings it across the timeline with 6.5 minutes left to go in the ball game. Kai, guarded by Switzer, between the legs, dribble. On the right wing, now gives it over to Hampton, top of the key. He shuffled the feet before the drive and is called for the travel. And Coach Spencer tells him, slow down, which is really hard for Zay to do.
It is.
It's a lot like Vanessa Ray. He doesn't really know stop. He just knows go.
He does. He wants to go, and he's looking to attack the rim. I think if you're Franklin Simpson, I think you do what you did to the entire game. You look for the good shots, and you take them. You don't rush anything. If you find a lane, you take it. But otherwise, you just play at your pace.
Switzer gives it on the left side to Hightower. Johnson now on him. All over him, 7 feet from the three-point line. Drives left, long two, falling away. Foul on the shot attempt. Cats bail him out with the foul, and Hightower will take 2 more free throws. He's 3 for 3 tonight.
And the third foul for Logan, or on Franklin Simpson. I mean, they're really pushing this pace right now to get to the free throw line early within the first half of the quarter.
And that one, for as good of a game as Allen has played, he would tell you that was a bad foul. The Wildcats have done a great job. Even the shots Hightower's made, they've done a great job of contesting him and making him earn them as he misses the second free throw. Now 4 for 5 at the line tonight, and the Cats lead stands at 9, 46-37. Ray, hesitation dribble at the free throw line. Stops on the block, spins through, and scores as Coach Spencer quickly takes a timeout to settle his guys back in. The Wildcats continue to find an answer. With 5:47 left to go in the ballgame, they lead it 48-37 here on 92.3 WFKN. I think we can do a minute.
Oh, man.
District Championship game with 5:47 left to go from Franklin Simpson High School. Tyler Eaton and Tavius Babb with you as half of the region picture has filled out. Barron County and Bowling Green District champs, Warren Central and Glasgow runners up. 2 games ongoing, this one in the battle between Clinton County and Russell County. Back underway, Sampson Hightower spins in for Logan County, gives it to Damani Goodlow, gets it back, gets his best look of the night, and buries a wide open corner 3. Just a little give and go to create a wide open shot from outside.
Yeah, that was literally his best look of the night, uncontested 3-point shot. And at this point of the game, you can't give Sampson Hightower any of those.
It's the third 3 he's made in the ball game. He's made all 3 of their triples for a team that averages 7 makes per game on the year. In the corner, whistle blows. Did they get?
Well, the ball got hit out.
It got knocked out. It was a dicey play for Goodlow because that could have been his 4th foul, but it's going to be a Franklin Simpson inbound. They're trying to work out where it's going to be. It won't be on the baseline. Johnson will inbound from the sideline in front of the Franklin Simpson bench. Gives it into Ja'Kai Pardinger, who now walks back near midcourt. Cam Ray and Xavier Hampton each with 2 points for Franklin Simpson in this 4th quarter. Johnson left side. Drives against Goodlow. Shields him off at the top of the key. Needs to get it to somebody. Has it knocked away, and it's stolen by Hightower. Sampson Hightower in transition. Xavier Hampton comes from behind and steals it back. But then he stepped out of bounds on the baseline, collecting it.
Ooh, I mean, the sequence
saved 2 points.
It did. It most definitely did.
Easton Kelly will come in. Alan Johnson out. Cats going to go with a 5-guard lineup here virtually. Cole's a forward. He's a lone forward for the Cats. But defensively functions more like a guard. Offensively, he is that lone forward. Sampson Hightower gets the inbound for Logan County with 4:45 left to go. Ball fake left side. Gets inside. Draws contact. 2 more free throws on the way for Sampson Hightower.
And that's the problem right there. I mean, you stop the clock. You allow Logan County to inch back in this game without any clock being ran off the score.
3rd foul against Ja'Kai Pardinger with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. And now the Cougars are in the bonus. Hightower fires up the first and makes it. He's now, for this ball game, 5 for 6 at the free throw line. He's already scored 7 points in this quarter to give him 22 for the night and make it 18 times this season he's scored at least 20. And somehow not first team all region. Second free throw, perfect, and the Franklin Simpson lead is 6.
Right now, 4-10 in this quarter for Logan County. A lot of those coming off of free throws.
Here comes Ja'Kai Partinger on the elbow, spins inside, bumped by Switzer. Give him the basket and one. Ja'Kai Partinger continues to be the answer tonight for the Wildcats.
We've said it multiple times that he loves going to that spin move right in the paint right there. And every time he does it, he's able to get that long step because of his length. And it just finishes. And again, this whole game, he has been playing a great game. 8 for 17, 7 for 15 from 2, 1 for 2 from 3, 18 points for him. And he's put on a clinic tonight.
Ja'Kai Partinger will have a free throw. He's already got 15 points, 10th time this year. He's hit at least that mark to go along with 3 20-plus performances. Misses the free throw, though. Cats have struggled. They're 4 for 9 at the line, and the lead is 8, 50-42, with 4:20 left in this ball game.
You have to play without fouling.
Switzer gets a screen from Samson Hightower, who pops to get it on the right wing. Scherer all over him. Hightower drives right, gets inside, goes at Ray, and finishes.
And Hightower starting to take over this game himself.
The Wildcats are trying to defend without fouling. The problem is that takes away the contesting. Halfway through the quarter, foul called off the ball. Offensive foul against Franklin Simpson. Easton Kelly gets an illegal screen.
Yeah, he moved way too quick when he set that screen. When you set screens, you cannot move, and right there, they'll call it every time.
Fourth foul against Easton Kelly, and with 3:58 left to go, the Logan County section behind us has come to life. Logan County has cut the Franklin Simpson lead to 6, 50-44. The Cats lead it. It was 48-36, 12-point lead for Franklin Simpson. It's been erased, and this is the one thing we hadn't seen from Samson Hightower. The first game, we didn't have to see it for him because they were up and ended up winning by 30 points. The second go-around, the Wildcats did an excellent job defensively. Hightower just 5 points in the fourth quarter. He had 15 points through 3 quarters in that game. Tonight, 15 points through 3 quarters. He comes out in this fourth quarter, and he already has 10 points alone in this fourth frame. And now I think you're really starting to see the effect of no Brody McAllister in particular, who we saw pick up that matchup quite often.
Yeah, I mean, Brody, again, just a big miss right there for Franklin Simpson. I mean, Franklin Simpson right now has to figure out a way to play good, solid defense without fouling.
Davis Switzer will bring it across half court. He's got 7 points. Gives it over to Goodlow on the left wing. Up top, Hinton. Down low, Hightower. Ray tips the pass, but they say he fouled Hightower from behind. 2 more free throws for Samson Hightower.
Again, you have to play without reaching. You can't. They're calling every single call right now, and so if you're Franklin Simpson, I don't know. Like, you just came out of a timeout. That's the last resort you wanted to happen.
3:50 left in the ballgame. That's the other thing. The clock keeps stopping for Logan County as the first free throw switches home. Alan Johnson comes back in for the Wildcats. It's him, Xavier Hampton, Cam Ray, Ja'Kai Partinger, and Cole Scherer. Second free throw, good for Hightower as Nicholas Bland comes back in for Logan County. Tyler Johnson out. Goodlow was in already. He started running from the same spot, so it looked like he was coming in. The Franklin Simpson lead is down to 4 with 3:50 left to go, 50-46. Up top, Partinger gives it over to Ray on the left wing. Guarded tightly by Bland. Drives right, crosses to try to create space. Now shovels it out to Scherer. Cole, kick out to Kai left side with 3.5 minutes left to go. Switzer's on him. Count starts for the closely guarded. Ja'Kai puts it on the floor. Now pulls it out to the right wing.
I like this by Franklin Simpson, not rushing to take it and find a hard shot, but really looking to see if they can get a good shot.
Coach Spencer telling his guys to move off the ball. Partinger isolated on Hightower, gets around him, step back left elbow jumper, miss long, and the rebound is pulled down by Bland. Here comes Logan County down by just 4. 3 minutes left to go in the ball game. Cats need a stop. Switzer, right side, carried. They didn't call it. Now up top, Ray switches onto him to Hightower left wing. Isolated against Scherer. Drives, steps back, fakes the 3, now fires it and swishes it home. Cole Scherer just throws up his hands and says, what am I supposed to do? Here comes Cam Ray the other way. Inside, 2 bumps. Which one is it? Offensive foul against Cam. Charge drawn by Hinton. Cam was pushed into Hinton, and they get him for the offensive foul. That's his 4th. Coach Spencer trying to clap up his guys to hold on to this lead that has dwindled to 1, 50-49 with 2:37 left to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just confused because there was a lot of contact initially with Cameron Hightower, and then after that, I mean, Cameron had nowhere to go because of that. I'm surprised of the charge call right there. But again, if you're Franklin Simpson, I mean, this is when you have to become mentally tough. There's been a lot of things called against you in this quarter. You have to come up and play.
And now there's an issue because the Logan County scores had Cam with 5 fouls. That's his 4th. So it's having to be clarified that he's only got 4 fouls, and Coach Spencer is making a very valid point. In those cases, you just defer to the official scorekeeper. I don't know why there's conversation on it. He's got 4. The scoreboard had it as 4 anyways. And now finally we're going to get back underway. Logan County trailing by 1, 50-49. It was a 12-point Franklin Simpson lead coming into this 4th quarter. And now with 2.5 minutes left to go, the Cougars can take the lead.
Their best quarter of the game, scoring 17 already in the quarter.
Switzer up top. Hides behind a Hightower screen, now gives it to Hightower. Hot hand doesn't do it justice. Guarded by Scherer. Another pull-up 3. Doesn't get the bounce this time. Hinton foul down low. They don't call it. Logan County gets the rebound, and they give them a timeout, and that was clear as day. Logan County's only been called for 1 foul in this quarter. We don't talk about officials very often. I mean, we could have on Tuesday because it was a foul fest. We tend to leave that alone. That one was pretty blatant, a clear smack that if I had my headset off, I think I would have heard it. Regardless, Logan County's going to keep possession with 2:17 left to go, trailing 50-49. Tyler Eaton joined by Tavius Babb courtside. If you're tuning in as a Logan County fan, sorry for the bias. That was a foul. If you're tuning in as a Franklin Simpson fan, I don't apologize for the bias. It was also a foul. But take all that away. I mean, the fouls are going to be what they're going to be. The Wildcats have not taken care of business. We talked about all the efficient looks they were creating on offense. Those have gone away.
Yeah, they just haven't made any good shots in this quarter. I mean, and they haven't really taken many shots in the quarter to begin with. They're 3 for 5 in the quarter, but 5 shots with 2 minutes left to go in the game just isn't good enough for this Franklin Simpson team. So if you're Franklin Simpson, you have to generate something on the offensive end. And then on the defensive end, you cannot foul. We've seen it time and time again. I mean, what I have here, I have 9 for 10, I believe, in the quarter. Or excuse me, 7 for 8 in the quarter on free throws.
And they're 15 for 20 for the ball game. Granted, almost all of it has come from Hightower. In this quarter, they've scored 17 points. He's got 15 of them. Switzer inbounds up top to Goodlow as we get back underway with 2:15 left to go. Hightower isolated on Ray, deep on the left wing. Coach Spencer calls for help. Here comes Hightower. Contested elbow shot, misses. Rebound pulled down by Scherer. It was tipped and Johnson came away with it. Here come the Cats with 2 minutes left to go. Cam Ray walks it up slowly. Ja'Kai Partinger holds out a hand to tell him to keep this thing slow. Ray, half spin on the right wing. Gets a screen from Johnson. Now pulls it back out to the top of the key. 1:45 left. Ray, crossover dribble. Gets inside. Kick out to Hampton. Now to Ja'Kai. Left elbow. Nearly fell down. It goes to Sharon. Right side 3. He hit it! Timeout Cats! I think every player on Franklin Simpson at one point or another over the last 5 seconds let out a scream. That beyond necessary. 53-49 now our score with 1:37 left to go. How will this one unfold? We find out.
Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, dog.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
Down to one before Cole Scherer hit a three, his first points of the second half. Going into the timeout. Here we are back underway. Tyler Johnson brings it across half court for the Cougars. Right side to Hinton. Looks down low. Hightower's open on the left side. Finally gets it there. Gets around Scherer, and Cole bumps him on the floor.
And that was just miscommunication by Franklin Simpson. Both of them left Hightower, which is the last person you want to leave on the court, and then Cole came late on the rotate and picked up the foul.
Hightower for the game is 8 for 9 at the free throw line already. So with this free throw that he makes, you can tally it up to 9 times this season he's taken double-digit free throws. He had 15 points through 3 quarters. As the second free throw swishes home, Logan County cuts the Franklin Simpson lead to 2. They've scored 19 points in this fourth quarter. Hightower has 17.
Right now, Franklin Simpson, you cannot turn it over in this last minute and 27.
Ray inbounds to Hampton. Hightower on him. Say puts it on the floor, gets around with a screen from Ray and brings it across half court. Sprints inside, kicks it out. Scherer, another three from the corner. Rattles off, rebound deflected, and Goodlow takes it away. Here comes Logan County. They can tie or take the lead. Scherer couldn't make magic happen twice. Hightower gives it to Goodlow. And back to Samson Hightower. Xavier Hampton on him with a minute left to go. Hightower steps back, tries the three. Missed it short. Rebound goes over the backboard. Back to Franklin Simpson.
And again, the great defensive pressure by Xavier Hampton, not allowing Hightower to get anything clean off.
Ray will inbound. 54 seconds left to go. Somebody needs to spring open. It finally goes into Kai on a bounce pass. Spins away from Titchener and brings it across half court. He's pushed, and there's the foul called with 50 seconds left to go.
And that was the first time we've seen that call made for Franklin Simpson. But if you're Logan County, you don't mind to rack up a couple of fouls right now.
You need the fouls, yeah.
You need the fouls. You need to stop the clock.
For all we've talked about, that's just their second foul of this quarter. Now Johnson will inbound in front of us, fires it into Ray. And they're going to get a delay of game called against Hightower. She reached out and hit the ball before Johnson could bring it into play, hit it out of his hands. So we'll try the inbound again. Somebody needs to spring open. Allen now gets it into Scherer. Back to Allen Johnson. Back out to Cole. 45 seconds left to go. 53-51, and now Scherer is fouled by Hinton. That's his fourth. He and Titchener cannot foul. They both got 4, and that's only the third for Logan County. If you're Franklin Simpson, you know the Cougars want to foul, and obviously you don't want to get sloppy with it, but you want to try to play some keep away here.
Yeah, and I think they're going to bring in a couple of players to be able to foul so that none of their players are in foul trouble.
Hinton comes out. Johnson looking for an option. Now gets it into Hampton, and he's bumped by Goodlow. And that's his fourth foul. And finally they get their team total to 4 with 42 seconds left to go in the ball game, trailing at 53-51. Johnson to inbound again right beside us. Johnson guarding the inbounder. Partinger's open in the backcourt and gets it back there. Titchener's the closest one to him. He can't foul. Somebody else is going to have to come help. It goes over to Hampton. Back to Jakai. 35 seconds left to go. Goodlow on him. He's also got 4 fouls. Partinger, right side, gets to the elbow, pulls it out to the wing, nearly lost it. Now gives it to Cam Ray. Cam back to Kai, 25 seconds left to go. Jakai spins off and they get the foul called against Titchener. That's his 5th, and the Wildcats ran about 17 seconds off the clock there. Now just 23 seconds left to go.
And it was because there were so many players that were in foul trouble, nobody wanted
to do it.
Exactly.
And Coach Josh Frick was calling for his guys, like, somebody's got to come help, somebody's got to come foul. But then the help kept coming from players with 4 fouls. Goodlow came out to help Titchener. Neither of them could afford to foul, but now the 2 biggest shots of the game so far. 53-51, Franklin Simpson leads as Jakai Pardinger, the junior, who took over this game in the 3rd quarter. He's got 15 points for the ball game. Is just 1 for 3 at the free throw line, where the Wildcats are 4 for 9 as a team. He'll have 2 free throws in a 2-point game.
And you know, if you're Franklin Simpson, after these free throws, Hightower is coming down with the ball and ready to pull a 3. So you got to find him.
Jakai bends, fires, and hits. 16 points now for Jakai Pardinger. Franklin Simpson has Jameer Brooks back on the floor, even with his 4 fouls. For defense, Kai can make it a 2-possession game here, and does. Got to defend without fouling now with 23 seconds left to go. Switzer will bring it across half court. Kai waits for him deep on the right wing. Crossover dribble. Switches on to Scherer. Left corner. 3-pointer fired up. It's missed long. Rebound deflected. Pardinger pulls it down, and he's fouled quickly. Nicholas Thomas couldn't hit the 3. Brady Hinton picks up the foul. He's done. And with 11 seconds left to go, the Wildcats have 2 more free throws as Jakai Pardinger, for all the scoring he's done, what he's meant to this team as a rebounder in these 2 games at the district tournament, shines through.
Yeah, he's tied for the lead for rebounds right now, and 2 clutch free throws leading to a rebound. And right now, Franklin Simpson's showing how mentally tough they are.
11 seconds left to go. Jakai, 2 more free throws after he just made a pair in a 4-point game. Fires the first. Swish.
And again, if you're Franklin Simpson, you just cannot foul on a 3-point attempt. You can allow it too if you need to. You just cannot foul it at all.
56, 51, 57, 51 as the second free throw falls. Kai has made 4 in a row. Here comes Switzer the other way. Drives in. Pardinger lets him score the layup, and Logan County takes a timeout with 4.1 seconds left to go in a 57-53 ball game. The Wildcats saw this thing teeter on the verge time after time after time. But the resiliency of this team shines through. Jakai Pardinger clutch at the free throw line. Xavier Ham.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Throughout the season, that's led to this moment where this team by no means had a good 4th quarter in the beginning of the 4th quarter,
right,
but has really...
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot.
Yeah. Straight coming into tonight and can make it 6 straight and put a bow on it with a district title going into the region tournament in Diddle Arena. 4.5 seconds left to go as we get back underway. Cam Ray will inbounds. Gets it in quickly to Kai. Back to Cam. The final seconds tick off, and you can cut down the nets. Back-to-back nights in Franklin Simpson's high school gym. The Wildcats and the Lady Cats, 13th district champions. The Lady Cats made it 16. The Wildcats match it. A result that seemed impossible a month ago after the Lady Cats were well on their way as the top team in the area. The Wildcats, like I said, were 5-13. How were they going to find a way to match what the Lady Cats were doing? They had lost by 30 at Logan County. They come here, they win in the regular season, they host the district tournament, and back here for a second time, they win again over the mighty Cougars, handing them their only 2 losses to district teams this year, 57-53. The final score tonight as the Wildcats of Franklin Simpson win their first district championship since 2022. We'll take a break. When we come back, we get you all the final numbers from this one. We'll chat with head coach Dee Spencer whenever we're able to in the midst of the awards presentation. The nets being cut down. If Coach Spencer can make it over, we'll take him. If not, we'll let him celebrate. We'll celebrate with them here on the broadcast. Again, the Wildcats winners 57-53 in the boys' 13th district championship game. Your post-game show on the way after this on 92.3 WFKN.
Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone...
Tournament. Logan County will head in at 19-11, just the 4th game they've lost of the 19th that they have played in the new year. Tyler Eaton joined by Tavius Babb. The Wildcats led this game by 12 going into the 4th quarter. You knew that Logan County was not going to go away lightly, and Samson Hightower in particular did not go away lightly. He had 15 points coming into that 4th quarter. He finishes with 32 in total, 17 points in that 4th quarter alone. He finishes as the only Cougar in double figures, and really Davis Switzer was the only other semi-consistent offensive threat in this ball game for Logan County as he finishes with 9 points. For the Cougars, they get 5 from Nicholas Thomas, 3 from Brady Hinton, and 2 apiece from Tyler Johnson and Jackson Titchener. We said all along it would come down to what the supporting cast was able to do. Samson Hightower almost made us look really bad for saying that. He nearly came back and won this game on his own merit, but the Wildcats even the 32 points that he had, he gets 10 at the free throw line, goes 10 for 11 at the charity stripe, and there was one look that he had that was open, and the rest were heavily contested.
Yeah, I mean, this Franklin Simpson defense really shined on guarding him specifically. We know that, like you said, a lot of his points came from the free throw line, but in this instance, I've never seen a team really clamp up of an opponent's best player. Again, a person that we said should be all-region first team for sure.
Yep.
I've never seen a team really be able to put on the defensive pressure like I have tonight.
He's honored now from Logan County as a member of the all-district team. The Cougars put 4 players on that team: Hightower, Davis Switzer, Nick Bland, who did not play against Todd County Central, came off the bench in this game for the Cougars and finished scoreless despite coming in averaging 8 points, 5 rebounds per game. Not for sure of his health status entirely coming in. Brady Hinton makes the all-district team as well. He goes scoreless, Hinton ended up fouling out, had 3 points in this ball game for the Cougars. But if you want to talk injuries, if you want to talk adversity, Wildcats without one of their all-district players in Brody McAllister, who set a career high when Franklin Simpson beat the Wildcats on this gym the last time around. Tonight, stepping off offensively more than anyone, was the first player honored as a member of the all-district team, and Ja'Kai Partinger leads the way with 19 points, had 6 in the fourth quarter, went 4 for 4 at the free throw line to clinch this game. As Cam Ray is honored, he, Kai, Brody, and Cole Scherer all make up this all-district unit for Franklin Simpson. Cole, 9 points in the first half, hit a massive 3 in the fourth quarter of this game. And man, you know, with as bad as Brody McAllister felt coming into this district tournament, it's got to feel good to come out of this thing with a win here tonight.
Oh, for sure, and especially hoping that he can get out of concussion protocol, if you will, in time for this region tournament in a couple of weeks. Again, with him in the lineup, this team can be, it changes dramatically as far as playing smart basketball.
Franklin Simpson will get set for the draw coming up tomorrow. They'll have a little bit more time to prepare than the Lady Cats. They had the draw and then immediately had to turn around from a draw on Friday to play on Sunday. The Wildcats will have a lot of time in between with that draw coming up tomorrow. Officially, we get the final. Clinton County runs away from Russell County 79-57, the final score in that one. So Franklin Simpson will play either Russell County, Glasgow, who they beat in double overtime on the road, or Warren Central. All of it comes down to that draw, and that's always going to be the case whether you win or you lose your district. If you're Franklin Simpson, you lose your district. The Wildcats can hang with any district champion, and we've seen the Cats hang with Warren Central. They made it a tight game. It didn't look like it by the final score, but it was a 1-point game with 3 minutes left in the second quarter when the Wildcats were dictating the pace and the flow of that game. Regardless of what the opponent is going to be, when you look back at the 13 years under head coach D. Spencer, who's headed to his 11th region tournament, winning the district championship for the 5th time in his career, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a better all-around coaching job than what Coach Spencer did this year with this team to flip this thing on its head and bring home a district title.
Yeah, and, you know, to harp more on Coach Spencer, I mean, he has gone a cycle of many great players, and again, just like you said, another go-around of him maximizing the potential that this team has had. And we talked about it right in the beginning of the beginning of the season, the schedule really being tough for this Franklin Simpson team, facing a lot of adversity. But again, through Coach Spencer and him just really instilling in this guys this hope that we can match up and beat any team, we're going to see that when they go and play in the first round of this region tournament.
And the other thing he instilled was the all-hands-on-deck mentality. And tonight it wasn't mentality, it was necessity. Cats get a huge 3 points from Kamari Phillips, who is excellent on defense. We kept saying that Xavier Hampton was everywhere. Steals, offensive rebounds. He finishes with 4 points in this game. Jameer Brooks scores 3, playing through foul trouble for the Wildcats. Cam Ray only has 5, but we'll see the assist total after the fact, what that looks like for him. What did you have him at unofficially in the assist department?
I only had him at 3.
Only 3, but man, the other thing for him is he was down there guarding Hightower for half the game.
That's true. That's true.
So most of the pressure was on him defensively here tonight. And then the player in the starting lineup with no Brody McAllister, no Logan Morris, Alan Johnson, with 11 huge points. He makes 3 3-pointers. He had a streak. If you go back to that game against Logan County on the road, he made 4 threes in that game. The next game he made 3 threes again. He had been under 3 the last 6 since then. He comes out tonight. It's just something about him and playing against these Cougars. Buries 3 triples, scores 11 points. The Cats make 7 3-pointers. That's the number they hit tonight. They don't get to the 10 free throws. They go 8 for 13 at the stripe. They're not quite able to match on the other side the 17 made free throws in this ball game for Logan County, who they hit their number. They wanted to get over 20 free throw attempts. They take 22 of them in this game, so many of them in the fourth quarter from Samson Hightower. And full credit to the Cougars for battling back and making this thing tight, but man, what a job by the Wildcats to close it out.
Yeah, again, kudos to Logan County. I mean, they could have just given up when that 10-0 run happened in the second quarter, but they battled back. They really played to their strength of getting to the free throw line and really made it a close game that I guess Franklin, if you're thinking of Franklin, didn't want it to be at all towards the end of the game.
The celebrations are fully underway here at Franklin Simpson High School as the net on the left side is being cut down. We'll see after the break if Coach Spencer has a chance to stop by. Seems like right now he may be wrapped up in everything going on, as Coach Taylor had to do just a surveillance of making sure no one falls off a ladder trying to cut down the net on his left side. If he's able to make it, he'll join us after this. If not, we'll put a bow on it, and we'll get set to send the Wildcats and the Lady Cats to Diddle Arena for the 4th region tournament. Again, your final score tonight, 57-53. The Wildcats take it over Logan County here on 92.3 WFKN. Let's do a couple minutes. High School where the Wildcats winners 57-53 against Logan County in the 13th District Championship game. We're joined now by the head coach of the Wildcats, Dee Spencer. Coach, it was hard to imagine looking back when these two teams faced off at Logan County High, the way that game went. Obviously, we talked to, and we knew what this team was capable of. From the inside, it was always possible. From the outside looking in, I know there are a lot of people looking at this saying, man, how did this happen? All of a sudden, this team district champions. You take 2 out of the last 3 over Logan County, and all of it caps off tonight again. Undermanned, a lot of guys out of position, a lot of guys in different spots, and I think tonight the guys just came out and they played like they wanted to be district champs, and they go home district champs.
Yeah, we played well until the fourth quarter. We talked about not fouling, and we came right out, committed 3 straight fouls. Just got to do a little better job down the stretch to close the teams out. I'm super proud of my guys, man. I am super proud.
19 points from Jakai leads the way in this one. Closed it out. The free throw shooting was an issue for the game. It was an issue against Russellville, and Jakai steps up, ice in his veins, knocks down 4 straight to put this game on ice. For him to come out of that fray when, like you said, the fourth quarter was rough, for him to step up and put this game away, just absolutely huge for him tonight.
I mean, he's been our leading scorer all year, so he took his time. We just didn't want to go play in such a big hurry there in the fourth quarter. we felt like they had trouble guarding us, and it's just about picking your spots. And, he made plays when we needed to down the stretch. Hightower tried to take over the game.
He had 32.
But, we held them other guys down, so we can live with that. And, we just got to do a little better job of closing out on people out.
That's what we talked about on the broadcast. It's about everybody else. And the other thing for Hightower, he had one open look from the corner, and everything else was heavily contested. Your guys, I know he puts up the 32, but I thought they did a really good job on him tonight.
Well, we did when we didn't foul him.
Yeah.
So you can't foul players like that so he can see the ball go in the hoop. And that's what we did early. But he's a heck of a player, man. He's tough to guard. But my guys, man, they didn't let up. They played as hard as they could play. We're a little short-handed, but hopefully we'll be back by the region.
When you look through over the course of your career, obviously you've made plenty of trips to Diddle Arena. This is the fifth time you've been able to add a tally to that district championship board. Going back to last year, how that season ended, the journey that this year has been on. I'm not going to sit here and ask you to rank every single district championship, but, man, I know that this one just has to feel a little extra special here tonight.
It is. I mean, we've had a rough year. We didn't play as well as we thought we'd play early in the year. But my guys just stuck together, man. And actually, the Logan County game at Logan County was the one that kind of brought us together. They beat us pretty bad, and we just went back to the drawing board and started all over. And, we're just lucky to get this thing turned around.
Been a completely different team since then, and now you head to Diddle Arena for the region tournament. Drawing's coming up on Saturday. It's a lot different between the boys and the girls. The girls, you get that draw and you turn around to play. You got a bit more of a waiting game. So what does that process now look like? I think usually when we talk about the celebration, how long that lasts. You'll get a little bit more time to do that here tonight and moving forward. But now what do you set forth to do with your guys to not want to settle on just winning this district championship, but trying to make some noise in the region?
I promise you, nobody knows my record better than D. Spencer in the region. But, we'll take a couple days here and get ourselves together. We're going to continue to do what we've been doing, man. Work and practice. Figure out who we got to play, come up with a game plan, and just go see what happens.
Coach, appreciate you taking the time to join us. I kind of alluded to it, but it's just an incredibly impressive season and result for you and this team to get to this point. Absolutely incredible. I've said it before. We know this team was capable of it. To see it pay off, I think it's fantastic for you and these guys, and hopefully the community rallies around this one, because to see it in this way is absolutely special. Congratulations on this one, Coach.
I appreciate it, man. I'm telling you, man, my guys play so hard, man.
That's Coach D. Spencer joining us, Coach.
Thank you, man.
Go enjoy this one.
Thank you. Thank you.
57-53. Wildcats win it here tonight over Logan County. They'll head to the region tournament as district champions. And as Coach said, that's been the hurdle. What comes next for the Wildcats? We're all going to find out together in a couple weeks' time. But before we get there, we're already going to have region basketball in just 2 days. Sunday, it all gets started inside Diddle Arena. The Lady Cats taking on South Warren, a game scheduled to start at 4:30. We'll be on the air tentatively around 4:15, but that could get pushed back a little bit. We'll see how things unfold. And then tomorrow we'll find out who the Wildcats will play and when they'll play inside Diddle to start their run at the region tournament. Stay tuned to our social media, and we'll get that information to you. TB, as we wrap this thing up, it's an emotional win, clearly, for Coach Spencer, for these guys. It's an impactful one up for the program at large. Absolutely massive. And it's very safe to say sometimes you'll come out of a win and say, oh, well, you just squeaked by, just managed to find a way to win. I think Franklin Simpson, not just based on tonight, but based fully on this season, they've earned this district title.
Oh, they've earned it, and I feel like they've made a statement to say, hey, it doesn't matter who we're down. We're going to fight to the end. We're going to play hard. And like Cameron told me last game, it's personal.
Yeah. Wildcats handle their business. 57-53, our final score. Wildcats are region champions here tonight, or district champions here tonight, as we're handed all of the cutouts. I got distracted of Cam Ray. I don't know why we had to get every single one of them placed on us at once. The Wildcats headed to Diddle. The season not done. Couple weeks' time, we'll see them again. But up next, the Lady Cats. Again, 4:30 it gets started inside Diddle Arena on Sunday against South Warren. We'll be on the air around 4:15. Updates on exactly what that will look like and who the Wildcats' opponent will be on the WFKM social media. For my partner, Tavius back in the studio. Kendra Holt doing a fantastic job as always. For Coach D. Spencer for joining us tonight and throughout the season, I'm Tyler Reeton. Thank you for joining us for back-to-back district championship wins here at Franklin Simpson High School. We'll see you Sunday inside Diddle Arena. Again, 4:30 the game tips off. Join us at 4:15 as we get the 4th Region Girls Basketball Tournament underway here on 92.3 WFKN.